マジで映画館じゃねえか。
Welcome back to Persona Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth. It's gonna be a long video, so strap yourselves in.
信じらんないけど、さっきの場所、本当に映画の中だったんだ。
まったく、どういうことだ。こんなことをしている時間など我々にはないというのに。
まあまあ、イライラしても仕方ないですよ。それに今は行方不明の愛ちゃんとリーダーを探さないとですし。
ああ、分かっている。それでこの映画館の支配人とやらはどちらに？挨拶をしておきたい。
そうだった。紹介するわね。支配人のナギさんとひかりちゃん。二人もここへ閉じ込められてる。はじめまして、ナギと申します。
I am insanely polite.
すでにご存知かとは思いますが、ここにいる皆、同じ境遇に置かれた身。
This is Yukari. She is slightly less catatonically depressed than she used to be.
私もできる限りのお手伝いをいたしますので、遠慮なくおっしゃってくださいね。
I mean, have you really done anything though, besides run the shop for like 5 minutes?
ああ、すまない。迷惑をかけるがよろしく頼む。
あなたがひかりちゃん？
And now, Introvert's Worst Nightmare, take 3.
はい、はじめまして。皆さんは彼女の
Oh wow, I completely forgot what I called her last name-wise.
仲間なんだよね。
Well, the answer to this is yes and no.
そのはずなんだけど。
だが、誰一人として彼女を知らない。俺にも全く覚えがない。逆に彼女は俺たちのことを知っているという。意味がわからん。
私、彼女が嘘を言っているとは思えません。召喚機や腕章も本物のようですし、アイニスのことも知ってる。
Yeah, I guess Fuuka's Japanese voice actress does kinda sound like her original English performance, but it does work better in Japanese. I really like her reload voice, though.
みんなが彼女の認知存在っていう可能性は？
いや、ここはパレスやメメントスとは別の世界だ。その可能性は低いよ。
Plus, if they were cognitions, they probably would recognize her.
頭がこんがらがってきた。つまりはどういうこと？参っちゃったね。順平風に言えばお手上げ侍。
Yeah! So, this right here, I think I may have explained this in the Q1 playthrough, but it's way more noticeable with the Japanese voice acting in Q2. So this, Junpei raising up his hands and saying Oteagate samurai, that means like a samurai throws up his hands in defeat. This is the one quirk of Junpei's that was not consistently localized. And it was, of course, the one quirk that all the spin-offs decided to hammer down on. So, the English translations have to get really creative with the ace detective jokes for this. It's really weird, like every other Junpei running gag got consistently translated, except this one. And that was the one that cost them. I'm really surprised that Reload didn't really try and, I mean, I guess it's just because Junpei doesn't even really do it that much in the original Persona 3. It's kind of more of a spin-off thing.
Oh, それは俺っち渾身のギャグ。
はいはい。時間と記憶の無駄だから別に知らなくていいよ。
It's like Yukari's commenting on the lost in translation here.
いいか？まさしくこういう時に使うんだよ。いけずなゆかりっちにお手上げ侍。
Yeah, so notice how much shorter that is in Japanese? Yeah, this is where things get very, like, this is one of the rare cases in this game where if you understand Japanese, you can tell that the English text does not match it at all. And it really says something that it's one of the few times in this game where that is the case. This game's localization is very faithful. They were just forced to not do that here because original Persona 3 did not consistently localize this catchphrase.
しかしお手上げ侍を習得しているとはマジで俺らのこと知ってるっぽいな。
でもみんなはお嬢さんのことを忘れちゃったクマ。すみません。思い出そうとはしてるんですけど。
You know, it's probably for the best that Ken doesn't remember her. Just saying.
なんつうか悪いな。せっかく助けてくれたのによ。
いいよいいよ、大丈夫。ここよくわかんない場所だし。だってほら、謎の人面恐竜とか喋る猫がいるくらいだよ。
今それ言います？
I feel like at this point, Junpei would be like, a dinosaur with a human head? That sounds awesome!
つか猫じゃねえよ。
僕は悪い人じゃないと思います。自分でも理由はわからないし、会うのは初めてですけど、でも
Ken, no, please, Ken, don't you be the one to remember her.
ほら、コロマルも同意見だって。
Oh, it's because of Koromaru. Right, then it's fine then. Yeah, so Koromaru has a social link with FemC, which, Koromaru's social link is really divisive. It's like, some people think it's genuinely heartwarming, and other people are like, it's literally just the Koromaru walks, but somehow a social link.
ありがとう、天田くん、コロマル。
Okay, so you're on a last name basis with him in Japanese. That's interesting, speaking of things that are different in the English text. I do really like Koromaru's Link episodes in Reload, though. Speaking of people whose Link episodes in Reload I like.
無理しても疲れるだけだ。急がなくたっていずれわかるだろう。
荒垣先輩、きっと大丈夫だよ。うまく言えないけど、今ならそんな気がするんだ。
Yes, just go with it and accept it, and accept the fact that they're going to be party members and they're going to be awesome.
ありがとう、ひかりちゃん。きっとなんとかなるよね。頑張ろう。
It still must be really sad for her, though, the fact that it's like she's meeting up with her friends again and they just don't even know who she is.
ところで、君たちはどうやってこの世界にやってきたんだ？
ね。
And here we go, it's flashback time! Oh, that is actually a nice shot of Tartarus for this game's graphics. Oh yes, it's baby again. I don't know, there's just something that I just love about Tartarus. It's just, Persona 3 in general is just like, I'm sorry to all those who, I like Persona 4 and 5 too, a lot, but I am a P3 guy through and through, absolutely.
やったな。お疲れ様。
So they were in the gold part of Tartarus when this happened.
行こう。
Yeah, there's just something about Persona 3 music that always just brings me back.
そっか。みんなタルタロスから来たんだ。
Like this joy, amazing peak song. Love this song so much. I'm sorry. I guess it's just a case of like whichever game you play first is the one that really sticks with you. And I played Persona 3 first, so I am a Persona 3 guy.
私はベルベットルームに入ったらいつの間にかこっちに来てて。
If you want to hear me gushing about Persona 3, watch my podcast I did with Lady Vigilia and Bubble Tea.
そちらについては差し出がましいようですが。
Yeah, Elizabeth, you probably should have showed up earlier because you maybe could have clarified things here.
びっくりした。呼ばれて飛び出てパンパカパン。エリザベスとテオのおなり。
相変わらず謎のテンションだな。
No, Ryuji, she's just as amazing as always, get it right.
てか誰よこの美人なお姉さんは。
Yeah, so you have not actually canonically seen Elizabeth, yet. I don't even know if you ever do. We have no idea.
まあまあ、これはおたわむれを。私たちは皆様の頼れる協力者。 私は姉のエリザベス、そして
Oh, the popcorn man part is not actually.
弟のテオドアでございます。皆様混乱されているようですので。
Voice in Japanese, sadly.
我ら兄弟、現状の解説にまかり越しました次第でございます。
Yes, they're basically going full Ishizu Ishtar here. Allow us to explain everything. Again.
ああ、この人たちがベルベットルームの住人？リーダーのペルソナを呼び出したりするっていう。
話には聞いていたが、そうか。こんな形で会うことになるとはな。
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, like, Junpei at this point was like, oh, right! Wait, that chick that our leader kept talking about was actually real?
それで、現状の解説とは
It's like there's a bit in I think actually it's a line in Big Bang Theory I really like where one of the I think it's like Leonard is talking to like a therapist and it's like then one of the others mentions Shelton and it's like, oh yeah, Leonard told me about him. I wasn't sure he was real. That's basically what Elizabeth would be to like the rest of the P3 cast when they actually meet her.
新しくいらした皆様とこちらの女性の関係についてです。同じ世界から来た身でありながら面識があるのは片側だけ。
これは双方が違う世界から来た。我々はそう考えております。
So, last dungeon we had time shenanigans, and this time we've got multiverse! Actually, that's really fitting, because the last one was dinosaurs, and this one is sci-fi.
どういうことですか?
It means that Persona has officially jumped on the multiverse bandwagon. Philemon, help us all.
申し訳ございませんが、我々には答えかねます。
I am glad for this though. Multiverse theory is a great way to explain why male and femc can both be canon. They're just from different timelines.
ですが、ベルベットルームはお客様の定めと不可分の部屋。全く無意味なことは起こりません。あなたがこの世界で皆様と巡り合ったのも。
Oh no, I just realized, in my head, I just thought of like a Dark Knight's Metal style crossover where like the Narukami and the Joker from the bad endings invade the other multiverses. Oh no.
ええ、きっと必然ね。
マーガレット姉上。
いたんかい。
この出会いは意味のあることと存じます。いわば運命とも言える。ええ、テオがこのシャレオツな被り物に導かれたのもまた決まった運命。
これは姉上が着せたのでしょ？
とてもよく似合っているわよ。そうね、ポップコーンだけに。
姉上、思いつかないのでしたら無理にギャグを言う必要はないのでは。
And then Teddy's like, did somebody say puns?
ああ、ポップコーンは難易度が高い。
そういう問題？
すみません。話を戻してもいいですか?
Fuuka, Fuuka's into sci-fi in Persona 3. She probably has read about multiverse theory.
違う世界から来たのは分かったんですが、この出会いに問題はないんですよね。
Could it cause an incursion, and then our plot would turn into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, causing everybody to lose interest in our franchise forever?
ええ、おそらくは。
よかった。私たちと一緒にいてもいいってことですよね。
Oh no, now I'm just picturing Ilza's like, no, of course not, and then like yay, and then like they handshake like Kotone, and then reality implodes, and then it's like, whoops!
いいも何もダメな理由もないし、そっちも困ってるんでしょ？
正直君のことはまだわからないが、この状況を考えれば協力体制を取った方がいいだろう。
俺っちも賛成。可愛い子ならなお歓迎ですし。
Junpei, you are completely platonic with her.
この世界、どんな強敵がいるのか楽しみになってきたな。
出たな、脳筋戦闘バカ。
誰がバカだ。シンジはそうやっていつも人のことを。
秋こそそうやってすぐキャンキャン人に噛みついてくるだろうが。
やめないか二人とも。今はそんな場合じゃないだろう。
I just want to reiterate something that I already talked about in my episode 3 Reload streams. I absolutely love the fact that Reload actually establishes that, like, Mitsuru is part of this trio. Because in the vanilla episode 3, we really didn't get much interaction between Mitsuru and Shinjiro.
二人とも相変わらずだな。それにしても。
And now, finally, Twins jump scare.
いたんかい。やだちえ、それ2回目。
Yeah, that's the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Laughing fit. That's a long time since, like, until she does one.
これだけペルソナ使いが揃うと、なかなか壮観だな、囚人。
Yeah, and we're still not done yet. We got 2 more left. Oh, this line is really funny later on.
その通りクマ。女の子の名前を覚えるのでいっぱいいっぱいクマ。
And that's why you're single.
だが心強くもある。きっとみんなで力を合わせればこの状況も打破できる。
Unfortunately, we don't have a new wildcard user, so we can't do the me eat you whole routine again.
我が輩も同意見だ。戦力は多い方がいいからな。
Firepower is very, very, very right.
じゃあ何回目かわかんねえけどあれやっとくか。自己紹介。
Yep, here we go. It's
またやるとか罰ゲームか。
off screen, yet not off screen. Oh, she said Batsugemu in Japanese. Is that like penalty game? Is that like what they use to mean those weird things in Yu-Gi-Oh?
名乗るのが遅くなってしまったが、私は桐城満。この特別課外活動部の部長、および月光館学園で生徒会長を務めている。
Yeah, so despite the pro tag being referred to as leader, Mitsuru kinda handles more of the logistics than he does. Well, he/she, because Kotone as well.
桐城ってもしかしてあの桐城グループの
We don't really hear about what the Kirijo group is doing in Persona 5, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if some of their higher-ups joined up with people that Akechi is connected with. Yeah, Akechi would know about the Kirijo group, wouldn't he?
そうそう、あの霧城グループの令嬢で生徒会長もこなす超ハイスペック。
真田明彦だ。ボクシング部で主将をしている。
ボクシング首相すげえ。
And now these two's dynamic is re-established because they keep forgetting each other. But like, yeah, Chi and Akihiko have kind of a cool master-student dynamic.
悔しいくらいのイケメンクマ。クマも負けておられん。
Oh, don't worry, Teddy. He is absolutely no threat to you whatsoever in that department.
体作りなら何でも相談に乗るぞ。栄養管理からメニュー構築までな。
どうせ何にでもプロテインぶっかけるだけだろうが。
Okay, it has been that many minutes since Akihiko was first on screen and they mentioned protein. That's actually not bad for a spin-off.
バカにするなよ。プロテインといっても種類は豊富で。
俺は新垣慎次郎。一応高3ってことになるか。
Yeah, I'm a third year, but I also don't go to school. It's complicated.
よろしく頼む。以上だ。
And then in Shinjiro, we have a third member of, like, the, you know, tough guys with hidden depths trio.
終わり?
And he's quite different as well.
これ以上は特に言うこともね。
新垣先輩、見た目は怖いけどすっごく仲間思いで優しいんだよ。
This would be so awkward if she was... Well, it'd be awkward if she was dating any of them, actually, because, like, imagine if you were dating someone and then you just met them and they didn't recognize you.
料理もお環境でみんなにもご飯作ってくれたり。
てめえ、何言ってやがれ。
Shinjiro's like, damn it, please, we talked about this. Oh, wait, we didn't, because I don't remember that.
その、ごめんなさい。私の知ってる新垣先輩はそうで、 違いました？
いやいや、花丸大正解よ。
Yeah, don't worry, Shinjiro is like that in every universe.
新垣さんの所持スキル、おかんが絶対入ってるっしょ。
順平てめえ。
あーっと、次は天田少年とコロマルの番な。
Yeah, I do really like Junpei in general. He's way more kind of social than a lot of the other bro characters. He's just almost like he's a natural host in a way.
天田健です。
I don't mean host in like the Japanese club sense. I mean like, you know, the kind of like, you know, show host. Wow, I'm just imagining like an interview show hosted by Junpei. That would be amazing.
で、この犬がコローマル。僕らはコロマルって呼んでます。
Oh yeah, I forgot about the characters in Koromaru's name.
柴犬のアルビノで、犬だけど立派なペルソナ使いなんですよ。
I want to have him be real, and so I can hug him and pet him.
かわいい。ふさふさでモフモフ。
Oh, right, now's about the time when I mentioned that I got the special edition of Q2. In fact, it's the cartridge I'm using to record this right now, and it came with a Koromaru plush. I can show a photo of that now.
犬なのにペルソナを使えるなんてすっごくお利口さんだね。
And then Morgana died.
あんだの我が輩だってふさふさでモフモフのペルソナ使い。
The difference is that he's a real dog and you're a cartoon.
お前猫じゃねえって言ってんのにそこは主張すんのかよ。
天田くんは小学生？
はい、小学5年生です。背はまだ少し小さいですけど、先輩たちには負けませんよ。
And then by the time of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, he's actually a lot taller.
コロマル同様頑張ります。よろしくお願いします。
おーし、じゃあ次は俺っちな。
It's funny that the juniors wait until last to introduce themselves in this group. I guess that makes sense having the seniors go first though, because like, there's a lot more of a hierarchy when it comes to Cs.
高校2年特別課外活動部のエース、その名も伊織純平。
Oh yeah, he's kind of referring to himself in like baseball terms there.
ああ、ちなみに恋人の千鳥ん命だから女性陣はそこんとこよろしくね。
Okay, right. I really hope this game doesn't still make him perverted while also keeping that, because yeah. Oh, Jundori, still one of the best ships of all time.
うっざ、そんな情報誰もいらないっつうの。
No, Yukari, this is the one time I'll disagree with you. Jundori is the best ship ever.
いやー、ユーカリッチの気持ちに応えられなくて申し訳ない。っていうことで、次はユカリッチの番。
ホームラン級のバカはほっといて。
But yeah, he calls her Yukarichi in Japanese rather than Yukatan.
竹場ゆかりです。私も2年で弓道やってます。
So this was the game where I first realized, oh wait, Yukari doesn't actually sound like a snooty jerk in Japanese. That's very interesting. No wonder she's more popular in Japan. I hate to say that because I really like Michelle Ruff as a voice actress, but I do think that either the direction or the casting was not the best for Yukari in the original P3. I think Heather Gonzalez captured the tone they were going for better. I don't really like that they toned down some of her initial harshness though, especially towards Mitsuru, because that was an important plot point, but overall I do prefer that take on the character. Yeah, it's like Michelle Ruff is great, but there are quite a few cases of her getting miscast. Oh, right! We've got another case of celebrity in the future. So yeah, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is canon.
そっか。弓道で自分を磨いてたから、あんなに背筋が通ってるんだ。
Or at the very least, Yukari's dream from Persona 3 itself is canon.
見た目だけじゃないぞ。この人は演技も神がかってる。
Yep, Ultimax is canon.
お？何の話？
Time Paradoxu! Damare!
これはクジャクイン玲子の話だった。気にするの？よくわかんないけど。ラストはフーカかな。はい。はじめまして。山岸フーカです。
There are people who are scared of things like bats, knives, and me, Fuuka Yamagishi.
未熟ですけど、皆さんのナビをやってます。同じナビの方がいて心強いです。 ナビ仲間来た
Navi Nakama! I love that. That's gonna be my nickname for these three now. Navi Nakama!
ナビが3人もいるなんてすっごいね情報支援はバッチリじゃないおみんなよろしく頼んだ
Just you wait until Futaba finds out she's also a nerd.
あの SF 映画の世界のこといろいろ教えてねはい任せてください
It's like Risei, like now it's like Risei is the only one of the three who isn't a nerd.
他にメンバーがあと2人いる。今ははぐれてしまっているが。
Sadly, they are the two most broken members, arguably.
協力して早く見つけ出しましょう。
And spoiler alert, we won't find them for quite a while. I believe it's not until 4-3 of this dungeon.
だな。じゃあ、俺らの自己紹介も言っとくか。
Which is still better than Yosuke, in terms of late joining. Off-screen exposition.
私たち以外にもペルソナ使いがいたでは。
ナギさんとヒカリちゃんはペルソナ使いじゃないんだよねこの映画館がおかしくなった時からずっとここにいたのそのはっきりしたことは覚えてなくて気づいたらここにいてずっと記憶がぼんやりしてる
あの謎の存在どうも一緒にいたんですよね
あいつのせいじゃねえのどう考えてもどうが怪しいだろ
どうだってねおぱぱ
ギャグじゃねえよつかどう考えてもそうだろっていう
でもヒカリクマたちが来てもう寂しくないクマね賑やかであよかった表情も最初に会った時より随分とリラックスしてるみたい
I was just thinking for a moment, it's like, wow, Makoto has not spoken for a while, but it's like, yeah, now we've got so many characters to balance at this point. Like, honestly, the writers for this game, they did a really good job, like, just giving everybody a, like, good amount of dialogue when there's this many characters.
そうかな自分じゃよくわからなくて
Because, like, from what I remember, nobody really drops off in relevance at all, even after this point when we've got, like, almost 30 party members.
私もそう思う最初より笑うようになったし喋るようになった私もそう感じますよこんな状況ですけれどよかったわそっか私そうだったんだ
Hikari is starting to open up a lot more. So I can't fully talk about her just yet, but the really interesting thing that I think about Hikari is that she kind of goes through the opposite arc to most spin-off characters. Most spin-off characters start out very upbeat and positive, and then gradually have like dark traumas revealed about them that makes them more depressed as the story goes on. Hikari starts out completely depressed, and gradually gets more upbeat and happy as the story goes on.
そういえばいきなり何さっき映画の中で拾ったんだこの召喚機誰のだろう
これは
さっきの戦闘中皆さんペルソナを召喚してましたよね
嫌なことが重なりやがるアイギスは召喚機を必要としねえとなると落としたのは
I mean, I know that he's kind of meant to be quiet, but I almost feel like Shinjiro's voice actor's recording volume was set too low.
アイギスがついていたとしても限界がある一刻も早く救出に向かうぞ
Well, I mean, in this game, actually, maybe not, but I'll talk about that later.
待て動くにしても数が多い指揮系統は統一した方がいいだろう
俺たちが合流してからの指揮はずっと彼に任せています
And you're not dead yet. Very well. We'll defer our commands to him too.
指揮はこのまま彼にお願いするのがいいと思いますが
頼めるかありがとう早々で悪いが頼らせてもらう
All alone.
なあ、
トイレ行ってますけど。
そうか。
浮かない顔だな。ま、気持ちはわかるが。
あいつの話がマジならそれこそ SF みたいな話だよな。違う世界に俺たちの知らない俺たちがいるってことだろ。
Persona, enter the Junpei verse, coming soon.
そういうのを考えたことありますけど、本当にあるのかな。不思議ですね。
もう一人の俺っちか。超イケメンモデルで全世界の女子にモテモテとかだったらどうするよ。
それ別人でしょ。転生しない限り無理だから。ま、あの子の反応を見る限りそう変わらないっぽいけど。言いそびれてたんですけど、映画の中で怪盗団や特捜隊のみんなが助けに来てくれた時、一瞬だけルキアがリーダーと誤認したんです。
Now this is actually really interesting.
何？
And it kind of screwed with a lot of common fan theories.
わかる。性格は違うんだけど雰囲気っつうの。
No, Funiki, vibe is a decent way to translate Funiki.
リーダーと似てるんだよな。うまく言えないんだけどさ。
初めて会うはずなのに馴染むっていうか、なんでだろう。
Well, yeah, you get along better with FemC than you do with male MC.
コロマルも同意してるみたいですね。
ま、考えたとこで答えなんか出ねえ。普通にしてりゃ問題ねえだろ。
そうだな。何にせよ、今はリーダーとアイギスの救出が先だ。
びっくりした。ごめん、ぼーっとしてて。何どうしたの？
混ざってこいよ。って難しいか。
まあ、あいつらが混乱する気持ちもわかるけどさ、そっちの気持ち考えたらやるせないっつうか、つれえよな。
Yeah, this game shows a lot more of Yosuke's empathy for others too. Just great game for him in general.
私全然大丈夫だよ。パラレルとかこれぞ SF って感じだし。
Okay, they're calling sci-fi SF. Yeah, Japanese does like its letter acronyms.
ありがとう。元気づけてくれてるんだね。
This is something that a lot of people in the comments have pointed out, that like, Kotone definitely goes through the same kinds of crap as the male protagonist, and she is not totally as happy as she, like, lets on. Like, he just withdraws, but she kind of masks it with happiness, which a lot of people have said is similar to stereotypes of how women handle depression as opposed to men.
だって仲間のことあんなに心配してたのに。ありがとう。みんな本当に優しいね。でもたとえみんなが私のこと知らなくても、私にとっては大事な仲間なんだ。それだけは変わらないし変えたくない。だからアイギスやリーダー探しもバッチリ手伝うつもり。強いんだね。そうかな。多分みんながいてくれるからだよ。もし本当に一人きりだったら私ここまで来れなかったもん。私もみんなとここで会えて。よーし、次も頑張るから見ててね。
Oh no, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Yeah! Here it is! Here it is! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buyers! And also, everyone is fawning over Koromaru. Also, Do is here. And Teddy is jealous. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So finally, the Persona 3 section is more fleshed out, so, but I think we can get a better look on the stat screen here, so... Here we go, they're all in order for me. So, let's do this! Yukari Takeba! Remember when I said back with Yosuke that you would never guess who ties him in speed? It's Yukari! Yeah, they made Yukari freakishly fast in this game. And that's really good for a healer, because, you know, you want your healing to go off before the enemy can damage you. Yukari already starts out with 2 great skills. Firstly is the passive Healing Hand, which raises HP restored by recovery skills. It means that even though she doesn't actually learn Medea Rahan in this game, she'll still restore quite a lot with Medea Rama. She also gets Null Magic Bind to ensure that her healing and magic skills are never shut off. She also learns Rakam, but no Summer Rakam unfortunately, but she does get Umrita. But Yukari's main asset in this game is actually less healing and more offense. She gets Wind Boost and Amp. This makes her not only great for magical damage, but also Wind Link builds, if you want to go that route. And with her high speed, you may want to. She also learns Arrow Rain and Hailstorm for decent physical damage, though her final strength stat is not that high. Her unique skill is Deflector Shot, which gives one row a chance of nullifying physical attacks. Think of this as Haru's Axe Guard, but it applies to a whole row, but it has to be set up like a buff rather than a passive. According to the data mine, it appears to be a 25% chance. But yeah, that's Yukari. Good wind damage, really fast, decent healer, though actually better at offense than healing in this game. And now, Da Man finally returns! So Junpei joins the massive glut of physical attackers in this game. In terms of his stat build, he doesn't have quite as much strength or endurance as they do, but it's still in the 90s, so it's not like that matters that much. His speed is not bad, though. That's a common theme with the Persona 3 party. They're all actually pretty fast. In terms of his abilities, Junpei learns physical fire skills, for some reason Patra, but he also gets some strong physical moves like Brave Blade, Blade of Fury, True Critical Eye is good for team support, Regenerate to keep himself healed, and Bound Art Plus is really nice. I talked earlier about how good of a skill that is, but it is great to have on any physical attacker. Unfortunately, he doesn't get Null Strength Bind. Junpei's unique skill is called Home Run, which is pretty much a clone of Chie's. It lets you counterattack when your row is attacked for 3 turns. These counterattacks will trigger link follow-ups, but I do personally find Yosuke's Kunai Backup a bit better for that, though this and Kunai Backup do stack, and once you get Infinite Link and more link skills stacking, you will need something like this to keep the links going. Oh, he also gets Mara Hukaja. Other than that, there's really not much else I can say about Junpei. He's just another physical attacker, but another good one. The problem is, we're about to see an even better physical attacker. And his name is Akihiko! Akihiko's stat build is exactly what you would expect from a boxer. Amazing strength, good endurance, and pretty good speed as well. He hits hard and fast. His magic stat sucks in this game. It's actually one of the lowest of the party, but doesn't really matter. His HP is also on the higher end, tying with Ryuji, who's one of the party's main tanks. He also gets Elec Boost and Elec Amp, making him a fantastic user of Elec Link. And also Power Charge naturally, God's Hand. He does still get a debuff in Matarunda, but you don't really want to use him for debuffs. Triple down for multiple physical attacks, though it does have fairly low accuracy from what I remember. Combo Arts naturally can kind of help with links, but Akihiko has better things to do than using his normal attack. And his signature skill is Rush Stance. Though it does take a turn to set up, it gives him a high chance. Let me just check the chance for a moment with the data mine. The data mine says 80%? That's actually insane. But yeah, the skills that go off twice, the second use is free. And with late game things like God's Hand or Hasotobi, yeah. Akihiko is pretty insane. The only downside is that unlike Persona Q1, but he's still pretty cracked. Akihiko frequently ranks among the best party members in Persona Q2. And now it is time for Mitsuru, who has been significantly buffed in this game, and I do mean significantly. So, firstly, there's an indirect buff in the fact that magic is actually good now, but secondly is her signature ability, Queen's Pierce, which greatly raises damage when hitting an enemy's weakness, and she starts with this. This is already a 40% damage boost. But when she gets her upgraded version of this on Persona Evolution, she deals double damage on weakness hits. Double damage. And that's not all! She naturally learns Bind Arts and Bind Arts Plus, along with Salome's Kiss. Which also makes her a great partner for Junpei, since he gets increased chance of criticals against bound enemies. She also naturally learns Mind Charge, and she gets Ice Boost, but no Amp, which kind of preempted Persona 3 Reload now I think about it. We also already have access to the Fire Ice Unk, so she can potentially cover a weakness. In general, Mitsuru is fantastic both for magical damage and bind supports. Definitely don't sleep on her. She is one of my picks for most improved party member since Q1, along with Teddy. Q2 really likes ice users. I'll cover Lucia later, because, Navigator. And after that, it's time for a bit of a downer. Ken is the one weak link, no pun intended, in the Persona 3 party. He has been radically reworked since Q1, and I don't think for the better. The first thing to note about Ken, though, and it's one of his few positives in my mind, he actually has the highest stat total in the game. Mostly because he has no truly bad stats, but he also has no great stats either, besides luck. Which, doing a quick scan, it looks like it's the highest luck stat in the party. So that's pretty nice, and with his high speed, he can make decent use of ailment builds. The problem is that his basic kit has been changed to Psy Link skills. I don't know why they did this. I guess they just wanted you to have a Psy user besides, Haru? He also gets Punishing Bind. The problem is it does remove binds. And hey, Primal Force, just like Persona 3 Portable. And also the answer when he's a boss. The thing is, he doesn't learn Psy Boost or Amp, and he only gets double Link naturally, making him a pretty mediocre Link user overall. He does learn Summon Calm, Dodge Art, which is kind of okay, Diarahan, but honestly, I feel like this is what everybody accused Ken of being in baseline Persona 3. His skill set is just too varied and he just doesn't really specialize in anything enough. Even his signature skill, Aspiring Heart, is basically just the same as Kotone's, but Kotone does linking way better than he does. Yeah, it's literally the exact same. I guess only 4 Personas actually learn Psy-Strike Link, so maybe that's a niche for Ken, but even still, yeah, tough time to be a fan of him. Koromaru was also, in my mind, a little bit nerfed in this game. He does still have decent speed, but actually a good majority of the Persona 3 party outspeeds him this time, and his luck is pretty bad. He does have solid strength, but his endurance and HP aren't really what you want from a physical attacker, and his SP is also fairly low. He does get first star, but like I said, he isn't the fastest in the Persona 3 party. Having Guillotine Slice naturally is not bad. It's weird because he naturally learns Quadruple Link, but no other Link skills to really make use of that. Like Ken, he kind of only goes halfway into a Link build rather than all the way. He does get Curse Boost, which is not bad, but no Curse Amp. He also doesn't even get Maega on. Getting Bestial Roar naturally, though, that's actually pretty solid, though he doesn't get the upgraded version Dragon Cry, so again, his skill set is a little bit unfocused. His signature ability is Serene Stroll, which slightly restores SP while walking. That would be better on somebody who actually wanted to use SP. As I said, Koromaru doesn't have a very good SP pool, and his overall magical offense is, well, actually, it's kind of fine. He's sort of one of the few, truly mixed attackers in this game. So I guess he has that going for him, but overall, every dog has their day, and for Koromaru, that day was Reload, not here. Boy, he's so good in Reload. And now Shinjiro. So the first thing to note about Shinjiro is that he has the highest HP of the party, capping out at over 900. He also naturally maxes out strength and almost maxes out endurance, but the rest of his stats pretty much suck. So build-wise, he's kind of another Ryuji or Kanji, but how does he differentiate himself from them? Well, he starts out with Lion Guard, and he does eventually get All Guard, though Kanji has a cheaper version of this as a signature skill. As for Shinjiro's signature skill, it is Iron Fist style, which gives a chance to add splash damage to single target skills for 3 turns. I believe this also works on magic, and splash damage magic is kind of rare, but Shinjiro's magic sucks, so you don't really want that to begin with. Having Armor Splitter off the bat is nice for that defense debuff. Challenger Arts is kind of okay, since a lot of enemies will have a lot of HP, and starting with Endure is actually really good. There is no Enduring Soul in this game. Endure is the best you've got, and that's going to aid in his tanking. His other skills kind of lean towards moves that get stronger for every hit taken, like Vengeful Melee. He also gets things like Black Spot, Deathbound, Armor Destroyer. Return from Yomi is nice. It actually stacks with Endure, so it gives a chance of him recovering a whole bunch when he goes down to lethal health. But it only works once per battle still. It's not like, you know, you can get your Focus Sash or Sturdy back by going back to full health like in Pokemon. So overall, Shinjiro leans towards endurance and also hitting fairly hard. And he is, I believe, one of the 5 party members used for the final boss in the, as of recording this, world record for this game. So that's something. He must be good in that regard, but I think that setup goes with like a Link build on him. But yeah, Shinjiro is like, he's kind of unmemorable in this slew of like big defense characters. Kanji is kind of does the same thing as him, but a little bit more notably. But he does have his own unique aspects, like Endure. Which Kanji also gets, so like, really it's just Return from Yomi. Anyway, Shinjiro isn't bad though. And finally, our new navigator, Fuuka. Does she have multiple weaknesses in this game? Kinda yes. Fuuka is the full-on healing and defensive specialist of the 3 navigators, while Rise is the offense and Futaba is the balanced. She starts out with Escape Route, which lets you immediately teleport out of a battle to the floor entrance. The fact that you can't just use this in the field makes it definitely nerfed compared to how it was in Persona 3, but if it wasn't, then Goho M's would be totally redundant, so I can see why they nerfed it. Risk Management has a high chance of preventing enemy ambushes, which is actually pretty solid in the field. Healing Tide is an HP regeneration skill. Third Eye is basically an equivalent of Clairvoyance, but it's on a, innate party member skill. And eventually she'll learn Oracle. It's not completely fixed like it was in Reload. So, yeah, overall, I have not heard a lot of good things about Fuuka as a navigator in this game, but at least she makes a very good field navigator. I would say Rise is vastly preferred as a battle navigator, though. And, that didn't take as long as I expected. That's everyone. That's the P3 crew. Well, -2, but we'll talk about them later. But now, I'm gonna close things off with something amazing. When the Persona 4 party joined, Shihoko Hirata, the singer of Persona 4, also joined our party for the lobbies. And we had Lin Inaizumi from Persona 5. But now that all the crews have come together, not only has Yumi Kawamura, the singer of Persona 3, joined us, but also Mayumi Fujita from Persona 3 Portable. And together, these 4 make the perfect harmony. Take us away, girls, with the full version of Cinematic Tale.
Right from the start, something
there's a few ways you could interpret those lyrics. The fact that that fourth singer, the one from Persona 3 Portable, sounds hesitant while the other three are trying to bring her into the group and help her have fun. It could be about Yukari, but the fact that it is the singer from Persona 3 Portable, and now the Persona 3 protagonist feels isolated among the other three parties, being the only one whose actual friend group isn't here. In a way, this song could be about welcoming her into the fold, and it could also be meta, assuring everyone that the Femc is just as important to the overall Hashino trilogy as the other protagonists are.